we can be free.
What's up, guys? It's Tony McDowell, aka VFX Bro, and I hope everyone is enjoying their day, night, wherever they are currently living. And so anyways, today's tutorial is going to be a complete opposite of what we're usually going to be doing, and we're going to be focusing on how to edit a really cool photo inside Adobe Photoshop. The reason why I decided to do this is because my Instagram photo I posted last night got 200 plus likes, and recently I've been getting a lot of likes on my photos and stuff like that. As you can see, I'm editing them like right here, raw footage and then edited footage, So I wanted to share with you guys how to make a really cool edit inside Adobe Photoshop and, get those likes on your photos. Now, before we get started, you're probably wondering, where's the other Harry Potter effect? Well, I'm actually still working on that. It's going to be a long tutorial. So tomorrow, the Harry Potter effect it will be my last one, but it's coming out tomorrow, and then the tutorial will be out on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. If you want to check out my Instagram and see these photos, go ahead and check out my social media in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. Basically, you can either press Command O, which shows the shortcut for this, click Open, or go into your Finder and find your raw photo. I'm so used to saying footage, but raw photo. So what we're going to do actually is find the one that I eventually uploaded. We're going to click on both of these. I'm going to show you guys an example of what the raw looks like and what the edited version looks like. Now, I didn't really over-edit this because I didn't want to make it completely fake, but when you're taking a GoPro photo like that, yes, even with Pro Tunes on, it can be, very colorful and stuff like that, and you can see that it did get a lot of the seaweed in there. But if you really want to get your photo popping and look amazing, and you really want to get those likes, you really have to take it up a notch and actually add more color to it. And we're only going to use literally one simple effect inside of Photoshop to make this, and it's just amazing. So what we're going to do is take this photo and we're going to edit it. It's going to load like this, and we're going to see a photo like that. So there's the background, and what I usually do is keep the background just in case I need to re-edit it and have a raw photo like this. So what I'm going to do is double click on where the title shows layer 1 and title this CC, and all we have to do is press Command Shift A. Now if you don't know what Command Shift A goes to, it refers to camera raw filter, and that's what it is. You can also do Shift PC shortcut and stuff. So anyways, we're going to do that, press Command Shift A or Shift Command A, and it's going to open up into a new tab, basically. Now, the one key effect we are going to be focusing on down here is called clarity. Now, most of my photos I edit, I always use this one tab, where it's like the basic. But this time, I kind of wanted to change it up a bit, and for the sharpening, I added like 15 because you can see that it needs. Now, you don't want to like over sharpen it, because you don't want to do that, especially when you're editing. But I would say about like 5 or 10 to sharpen. Now you can use the sharpen filters in Photoshop, but I mean this is fine. So for the curves effect, you can I decided to there's like for this type of curves, it's a tone curve, so you're really messing with highlights, lights, darks, and shadows. Now the highlights is kind of when you move it up, that's kind of like exposing the areas where it's brighter and stuff like that. And then for the lights, I mean, of course, it's making it brighter, right? But we kind of want to tone that down just a bit. And for the darks, we want to tone that down. It gives, let's see right here, it gives more color and stuff like that, and it just really does that. Because if we look here and we up the darks, you can see it goes like that. But when we tune down the darks just a little bit, it's really good. Let me get out of this real quick, 50%. Fit and beam. That's what I want. Okay. So dark's -8. Let's look at that. 0. Okay. Then -8. Okay. Perfect. And for the shadows, this kind of draws that in, but we don't really need to mess with the shadows, so we're just going to keep it at 0. Now we're going to go back into the basic. We're going to go down here, tune up the clarity. Now, if you don't know what clarity is, it's kind of like a sharpen effect, but at the same time, it's like basically making your photo pop. That's what I call it. I don't know the exact term for clarity in photos and stuff like that. That's how I'm referring to it, because the more clarity, then you can see like that, because when you tune it down to 0, it's really blurry and it looks like an old phone picture. But the more you bring it up, it looks more HD and stuff like that. However, the more clarity you use, then the more color it takes out. So if we go 100%, that takes out a lot of color. Now I would suggest using about like 73 or something like that. And so to fix this, all you have to do is go down here where it shows vibrance and just tune that up. Now you don't want to tune that up all the way, because you don't want to make it like, this is how you make it over edited. And if you want a black and white, you just have to go down to -100. I would suggest adding just a slight vibrance, like maybe 60 or 70. Let's do 60. It looks good there. Now with saturation, I mean, of course it's black and white too, but you kind of want to add that color into it. So I do like 20. I wouldn't do it too much like this. That's just completely fake. But if we add 20, it looks fine, soft and stuff like that. Now for the exposure, we want to tune down the image, because I mean, it is a sunset picture. So we kind of want to make it a little bit darker to have that feeling that, you know, to bring it of a sunset picture. And then for the highlights, it's kind of just messing around. The shadows, we want to tune that down. Now for the contrast, it seems a little bit too, it seems like I put it down like that, and exposure it should be up like this. So it's just all about messing around and figuring out, you know, the best settings for your photo, because it all depends on the lighting of your photo, the setting and stuff like that. For the whites, you know, just keep it like that. For the blacks, it's fine. Now we want to hit OK. Now what you're going to see is I basically just took out the seaweed green, and there's a lot of colors in here that I just took out, and that's really bad because you like don't want that. And so in order to fix that, you go down here where this color palette looks like, and you click on it. Let's see what it is highlighted. Create new filter or adjustment layer, and you go down here and you find select a color. Select a color can add the colors, more color into your photos. Now this isn't just a random color, this is actually picking off of what you have edited your photo on. So this is green, so we'll remember it's green, so we can add more green here, you know, yellow and orange, and then blue and stuff like that, and the rocks. So we want to go down here to green, because that's the one we want to focus on, is the seaweed. The cyan, we want to kind of pick that up. Magenta, fix that a little bit. We just want to mess around with it. The C, and then yellows, we could fix that up. You know, give it a slight touch. This is starting to show a little bit more green, so that's good. And then we kind of want to go more into the blues, not cyans, because it looks a little bit darker. So you can do that. Now you don't want to do too much like this, like all the way up to the point where it's, you know, fake and stuff, where it's showing like that. You just want to kind of slight touch it just a little bit. And I guess we can mess with the cyans and, you know, going like this. Now it's starting to look a little bad, but you get what I'm showing. And then for the whites, that kind of messes with the sky and the rock and stuff like that. And then there's the black, which kind of messes with the darkness of stuff. Kind of want to hit 0 on that. So that kind of did it, and you know, that looks fine and stuff. So yeah, that's how to make it, and it's not exactly like the picture I showed you guys. You know, the actual photo that I did was this, and I spent more time on it and stuff. Let's bring it over and see the difference. So this one was a little bit more brighter. I made this one darker. You can see I spent more time on it and stuff. So what you can do to just make it a little bit better is by pressing Command J, which will make a copy of that layer. We can title this vignette. I spelled that wrong. Spelled it wrong again. Okay. And what you're going to do is go down, make sure your colors are black and black, and go to the paint pocket tool and do this. Then go to the eraser tool right here, E, and match the settings up here to the image, and then you're going to click on the center of the screen, well, the center of the photo, and it's going to erase that portion of black. And this is like literally the easiest way to make a vignette on your photo. Now I would double click it a few times because you don't want to overdo it and stuff like that. Yeah, and this is turning out to be pretty good so far. Now of course this isn't the best you could do, you could add some other stuff. And yes, this is filtering your photos, but it is also, helping out big time, to really bring in more color to your photos and make it more live-like and stuff like that. Because honestly, I wouldn't want to be a person who sees a photo where, it's like this. I wouldn't want to, but okay, it's still on that. Hang on a second, guys. Sorry about that. It got messed up for a second. So anyways, what I was saying is, it's really cool if you don't have the tools, to, like color correct the photo. I mean, this looks pretty good. But when you do have the proper tools and you're able to make something like this, then it just is a lot better and stuff. And even without the selected color, it looks like that. So you can keep the selected color or you don't have to. It's up to you. I don't like the selected color, it's fine. Like this, I can just delete it. So this is you hit export as. Now something I figured out for some weird reason is that if you don't save your project, then it's going to take a really long time to process the photo, and I have no idea why. It could be because my computer runs slow. But let's just go to file, export as, and the suggestion I would do is basically export it as a JPEG, or you can do PNG. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're shooting on a GoPro, and I don't know, yeah, if you're shooting on a GoPro, photos and videos tend to be very big. So if you check the top link in the description below, it will bring you to an image resizer, and if you just keep it at 50% when you upload your image, this will basically reduce the size of your image, but also keep the quality. And this is really good because Instagram tends to shut down if you're trying to upload a photo to it, and it's like a really big file. But if it's a smaller file, but it's the same quality, then you can upload it, if that makes sense. So you get the point, it's processing, and you go to your format, and you can change this and stuff, and then export all. One last thing, this is just for people who honestly don't don't have Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop but you have a Mac, or you have something similar to Preview that's an easy editor, you can just go to Tools and Adjust Color, and you can honestly make a really good looking photo just using this. I mean, if you turn down the exposure just a bit and bring in more contrast, and more saturation. If the saturation will bring in more color, you don't want to overdo it, of course. And temperature, maybe make it a cooler day like this. The tint effect, let's keep at that. Sophia, maybe do a little bit like this. Sharpness, and then you go up here and you can start messing with this and stuff like that. So look, we almost made a good looking photo just on a free built-in photo editing app like Preview. You can do this in iPhoto, I'm sure, and stuff like that, or even iMovie. So this is just something for free if you guys have that, if you have a Mac. On a PC, I'm honestly can't recommend you anything because I don't have a PC, so I wouldn't know if PC computers like Dell and stuff like that offer a built-in app like this. But if they do, please go out and try it and see if their color tools are like this, because I mean, honestly, it turned out to be a pretty good looking photo just like that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, and remember to hit that subscribe button because it just means a lot, and be sure to leave a comment on an effect you want to see in the future. I'm signing off, guys, and goodbye. Go, go, go.